Do you realize there's a simple physical test that might hint at how many healthy years you have ahead of you? Most adults over 65 have no idea that everyday movements can be powerful predictors of long-term survival. Doctors and researchers now know that losing these small abilities isn't just getting older. It's often the body sending an early warning that its systems are weakening and time may be moving faster than it seems. In this video, we're going to explore 7 everyday movements that research links directly to life expectancy after the age of 65. If even one of these feels difficult for you, it may be a sign to take action, because studies reveal that seniors who lose these abilities are far more likely to experience serious decline within the next 5 years. These aren't athletic tasks. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. These are simple, daily motions that reflect the true condition of your muscles, nerves, balance, and cardiovascular system. Watch until the end. Not only will you learn which movements are most important, but you'll also discover why doctors consider them essential and what you can do starting today to improve your long-term health. Let's begin. One of the clearest signs of future health in older adults is the ability to rise from a seated position without using the hands for support. It looks simple, but this movement exposes the strength of your legs, hips, core, and your overall sense of balance. Doctors have evaluated this action for years and consistently find that those who struggle with it are at a much higher risk of falling, hospitalization, and premature death. Take my friend Henry, a 79-year-old from Iowa. He started noticing he had to push off with his arms just to stand up from his favorite chair. He assumed it was normal aging. But when his doctor explained that this loss of strength and coordination was a warning sign, Henry committed to doing small leg and core exercises daily. Over time, he could stand without assistance again, and the boost in confidence changed his whole outlook. When you can rise smoothly, it means your muscles and nervous system are still working together efficiently. Losing this ability is often one of the earliest signs that the body is slowing down in ways that can shorten your lifespan. Try it for yourself. Sit in a sturdy chair, fold your arms across your chest, and see if you can stand up without rocking or using your hands. If it's tough, don't worry, consistent practice and guidance from a doctor or therapist can reverse the decline. This one movement alone can greatly improve your independence and longevity. Standing on one foot for at least 10 seconds may look like a child's game, but for people over 65, it's a powerful indicator of future health. This movement tests far more than balance. It also assesses your ankles, hips, core, and inner ear function. Research shows that seniors who cannot hold this position for 10 seconds face a much higher risk of falls and a more rapid decline in overall health. Let me tell you about Ruth, my 81-year-old neighbor from Ohio. She used to wobble whenever she stood on one leg, especially while putting on socks. After learning how strongly this movement was linked to longevity, she began practicing for a few seconds each day. Within weeks, she noticed she could balance longer and move around the house with more confidence. Her family immediately noticed the difference too. This movement matters because it brings together multiple systems in the body. The brain must communicate quickly with the muscles while your joints provide support against gravity. If you can't keep steady for even a few seconds, it may indicate weakening coordination and balance mechanisms. Try it near a counter or chair. If you need to hold on, don't get discouraged. Balance can almost always be improved with practice, and strengthening it now can help protect years of independence and vitality. If you're still watching, drop a 2 in the comments to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so you never miss new videos that can help you live better. Being able to climb a full flight of stairs without resting, holding tightly to the railing, or becoming completely breathless is one of the best indicators of heart, lung, and muscular health. Doctors frequently use staircase performance to quickly judge whether an older adult is aging well or silently developing conditions that could shorten life expectancy. Research shows that difficulty climbing stairs is strongly associated with heart disease, frailty, and earlier death. Consider Frank, a 75-year-old from Georgia. For years, he avoided stairs, always choosing elevators or asking someone to help. When his daughter told him stair climbing was a major predictor of longevity, he decided to improve. He started with just 1 or 2 steps, gradually increasing the challenge. Eventually, he could climb an entire flight without stopping, and he noticed improvements in energy, breathing, blood pressure, and blood sugar. Climbing stairs reveals how well your heart pumps, how much oxygen your lungs can deliver, and how efficiently your muscles respond when challenged. Avoiding stairs is often a sign that the body's reserves are running low. If you have stairs at home, test yourself, walk up at a comfortable pace without pulling yourself up by the railing. If you get lightheaded, weak, or out of breath, talk to your doctor about safely building stamina. Every step you improve adds to your future health. Few tasks reflect your true physical condition after age 65, like the ability to rise from the floor on your own. Whether you sit down intentionally or fall unexpectedly, getting up without assistance requires core strength, flexibility, coordination, and balance. Doctors say that losing this ability is strongly linked to a higher risk of losing independence and even early death within the next 5 years. Let me share the story of James, a 77-year-old from North Dakota. One winter, he slipped while picking up his newspaper and realized he couldn't stand up without crawling to a bench. It deeply frightened him and his family. His doctor later explained that getting up from the floor engages nearly every major muscle group. Determined to change, James started daily stretching and strengthening exercises. Over time, he regained the ability and the confidence to move freely again. This movement tests more than muscle power. It demands stability from your hips and knees and quick coordination between your mind and body. When seniors lose this ability, fear of falling increases, activity levels drop, and health declines even faster. Try lowering yourself gently to the floor and standing up without grabbing furniture. If it's challenging, don't be discouraged. Most people can improve with steady practice and guidance from a therapist. Every improvement you make helps protect your independence. If you're still here, comment for below. Your support keeps this channel going. Being able to lift and carry a moderately heavy item, like a grocery bag, laundry basket, or small box, from one side of the room to the other is a real-world test of everyday strength. It requires grip power, shoulder stability, arm strength, core engagement, and leg support, all working at once. Seniors who lose this ability are much more likely to have difficulty with daily tasks and are at greater risk of hospitalization and early mortality. My friend Linda, an 81-year-old from Michigan, always took pride in carrying her groceries inside. But after a tough winter illness, she suddenly struggled to lift even a single bag. Her doctor explained that this loss of strength wasn't just inconvenient, it was a sign of broader decline. Linda began a simple home strength routine, and slowly, she regained her ability and confidence. Carrying weight reveals whether your major muscle groups are still supporting you properly. When this becomes difficult, everyday life gets harder, and research shows that future health risks increase. Test yourself, pick up a grocery bag or laundry basket and walk it across the room with steady steps. If it feels risky or unsteady, start with lighter loads and build up. Regaining this skill is a major step towards staying independent longer. Being able to rotate your head comfortably to the left and right without stiffness or pain is one of the most overlooked signs of aging well. This motion reflects neck flexibility, balance, coordination, and overall body awareness. Seniors who lose this ability, often because of arthritis, tight muscles, or nerve issues, face a higher risk of falls, accidents, and even social withdrawal. All of these have been linked to shorter life expectancy. Take Bill, a 78-year-old from Missouri. He realized one day that he could no longer turn his head far enough to check traffic while crossing the street. It made walking, driving, and even conversation more difficult. With his doctor's help, Bill started doing gentle stretches and posture exercises. After a couple of months, he regained much of his mobility and felt safer and more confident in daily life. This movement may seem small, but it shows that your body is still mobile and responsive. When you lose it, your world becomes smaller, you avoid driving, social events, and even leaving the house. Try turning your head slowly from side to side while sitting tall. If you feel discomfort, start with gentle stretches and talk to a professional about safe exercises. Maintaining this motion is key to staying active and connected. If you're still here, comment 6 below. And remember to subscribe if you haven't yet. The final movement is something so basic that many people don't realize how important it is until it becomes difficult: lifting both arms straight over your head. Whether you're reaching into a cabinet, putting on a coat, or waving at someone, this motion reflects the health of your shoulders, spine, and upper back. Losing it often leads to dependence on others, reduced confidence, and a higher risk of frailty and premature death. Let me share Gloria's story. She's 83 and lives in Arizona. One day she realized reaching for items on the top shelf had become painful. Eventually, even dressing herself became difficult. Her doctor explained that overhead movement reveals joint health, flexibility, muscle strength, and nerve function. With daily stretching and gentle resistance exercises, Gloria gradually regained her range of motion, and her independence. If raising your arms overhead is uncomfortable or limited, it may signal arthritis, shoulder injuries, spinal issues, or muscle loss. Try lifting your arms up, keeping them near your ears. If it's painful or restricted, start. As we wrap up this discussion of 7 simple movements that may predict your future health more accurately than many medical tests, I hope you feel more informed and more motivated to take care of your abilities. Each movement represents more than strength or flexibility; they represent independence, confidence, and the freedom to enjoy your life on your own terms. Maybe one or several of these movements were difficult for you. That's okay. The most important message here is that decline is not guaranteed. With awareness, intention, and sometimes a little professional support, you can rebuild strength, regain lost abilities, and increase your chances of living longer and better. Start today. Choose one movement, practice it gently, and be consistent. Celebrate small improvements. Each step forward is a victory, not just for your body, but for your mind and your future. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Comment below and share something you learned or something you plan to work on. Reading your comments inspires and motivates us. If this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone you love. Your support helps us keep creating meaningful content. We'll see you in the next video.